only if you're really ready to watch this movie. Okay, popcorn? Check. Soft drink? Check. Warner Brothers ball cap? Aha! You can't watch a Warner Brothers movie without a Warner Brothers ball cap.
Listen, Doc, what if they ordered a Warner Brothers ball cap so they had it next time?
Well,
Here's all you have to do, folks. Just send for this.
A new Warner Brothers catalog.
Use it to order your Warner Brothers ball cap. And while you're at it, you can order stuff like T-shirts, posters, movie books, ties. That's neckties.
It's all in the catalog, which you can get now by dialing this 900 number.
So when you get a chance, call...
No, they have to call now. They can't watch the movie until they order their new catalog.
you're despicable.
Don't forget to call, folks.
Hi, gang. Now if you'll all be quiet, we'll start the show. I drew this cartoon all by myself, but shucks, it wasn't hard because I'm an artist. I hope you like it. Yeah, thank you.
Alright everybody, happy Saturday and happy Easter weekend. If you can all hear me clearly, make sure that you can either press F in the chat or leave a carrot emoji in the comments. Or in the live chat I should say. And in the meantime, I'm gonna be welcoming everybody who's here. Inky, nice to have you. Yes, that was a Harry Potter reference in that intro to the Kids WB anthology series. That's Warner Brothers. I thought it was very well animated. And Deidre, nice to have you. Okay, yes, so I got confirmation from Daniel, welcome by the way, and Inky that you can all hear me just well. And Luke, nice to have you here. I'm not upside down, Doc. You are. That's a classic reference to high diving hair. And let's see, Carter, good to have you. And Norbert, hey, welcome. And Dillian Dog, nice to have you here as well. And see, everybody else I'm missing. Donovan, yes, this is not gonna be a drawn stream. It's just gonna be a stream celebrating Looney Tunes by catching up with some recent news because the franchise really has been trending lately for a number of reasons, and to look back at some classic clips. And so this will be a stream where my full attention is on to you guys, because I love talking with you guys. And Zeke, nice to have you. And the Random Deeper, yeah, I definitely remember the intro to Gremlins 2 with Bugs and Daffy, directed by Chuck Jones. Joe Dante loves Chuck Jones a lot. That's why he makes sure that his movie Looney Tunes Back in Action is as Chuck Jones as it could be. Oh, nice that you're enjoying your vacation in China, Inky. I mean, I hope you are enjoying your vacation there. Oh yes, the day the Earth blew up will definitely be acknowledged, but I don't want any spoilers because I've yet to see it myself actually, and I bet some of you here haven't seen it either, but I will talk about it in the sense that it has been doing pretty well, like word of mouth has been doing good for it. See if there's anything else. Any thoughts on Billy West's voice in Bugs Bunny? I love Billy West as Bugs on Space Jam and also on Bah Humduck, the Looney Tunes Christmas Carol adaptation, and also in the Flash animated shorts that I used to have a VHS compilation of. I believe I mentioned that in my Hi Puffy Yumi review that I had Looney Tunes Reality Check on VHS, and Billy West was the voice of Bugs there. A very talented voice actor on the autism spectrum. Yes, I say that because it's also Autism Acceptance Month. That's to definitely be another stream before April ends. Ecto123, welcome. And who's my favorite voice actor? Who voiced the Looney Tunes? Come on, man, it's easy. It's Mel Blanc, the OG man of 1,000 voices. Yes, he is excellent as Bugs and Daffy and Porky and Yosemite Sam. He's a particularly hard character to voice. And what's up, SpongeBoy? Nice to have you. Favorite Looney Tunes short? Let's see. I said that my favorite Daffy Duck short is Duck Amuck, and I'm happy a lot of you agree with me. And I'd say that might be my favorite in general of the Looney Tunes franchise, but there's just so much great stuff from, I'll say Chuck Jones is my favorite director for sure. I know there's some who are Bob Clampett purists, and I love his stuff too, especially how energetic his animation is. Oh yeah, speaking of Bob Clampett, yeah, my favorite Bob Clampett cartoon in the franchise, I would say The Great Piggy Bank Robbery is my favorite for sure. It's a peak example of the eccentric Daffy. He has an alter ego kind of like in the Chuck Jones shorts like Duck Dodgers and Triple on Daffy, but he still has that wacky personality. Tossed up between The Great Piggy Bank Robbery and also Drafty Daffy as among the best that Clampett has done with the character. And I also like a gruesome twosome, like I haven't seen Birdie and the Beast, but I have seen for sure A Tale of Two Kitties and a gruesome twosome, which were among the very few shorts that Bob directed of Tweety. I grew up with First Freeling's Tweety and Sylvester of course, but I like how insane and sadistic even that Bob Clampett's Tweety is. And yes, I want you guys to laugh at the irony of me drinking out of my Mickey Mouse cup, even though this is a Looney Tunes stream. Although you have to remember that one of the great moments in animation history is when Bugs met Mickey in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. But the scene with Daffy and Donald Duck battling each other with the pianos was even better. I heard Chuck Jones, he storyboarded the scene before it was changed up to have Daffy be more reminiscent of the crazier Bob Clampett style Daffy, instead of the more jerkish, calmed down Daffy that we mostly see in the 50s. Oh yes, Frank Tasman, he is an underrated director. Easily my favorite short he did is Porky Pig's Feet, which may be the greatest public domain Looney Tunes short, up there with the Dover Boys. And I'm for sure I'm gonna be playing some of those public domain cartoons. Let's see. Yeah, that's true, SpongeBoy. Like, the first cartoon to air on Cartoon Network was long believed to be The Great Piggy Bank Robbery, when in reality it is Rhapsody Rabbit. Yeah, I'm not sure, like, how the sources got info that The Great Piggy Bank Robbery was the first, but yeah, like, I love how in recent years the launch of Cartoon Network in 1992 was resurfaced. Hey, Jazzman1, what's up? Oh yeah, I forgot that you had a podcast. We'll see if I'll be a guest on it one of these days. Oh, that's nice. You did fan art inspired by Roger Rabbit, Deidre. I have to check it out. Must be on your Instagram. If I ever read any of the Looney Tunes comics from DC Comics, yeah, I have browsed through a few, either when I'm window shopping at the bookstore or looking at them on the Internet Archive. And I remember there's one issue that involves Daffy in search of Bugs Bunny, I think, yeah, and it has him meeting up with a lot of other Looney Tunes characters, including the more obscure ones. So that was interesting. If anybody has a better memory of that issue of the Looney Tunes comics, please let me know. On Lucas accent, my favorite underrated Looney Tunes character, easily Charlie Dog. A toss-up between him and the Three Bears, actually. I absolutely love Charlie in the shorts where he started in 3 of them with Porky, and then 2 where he's the main star, where he thinks that he'd be a perfect dog, but in reality he's just obnoxious smart aleck. Chuck Jones did great with his personality. My favorite of the shorts is probably Often Orphan. And yes, it is the scene where Charlie basically predicts a certain event that'll happen in the early 2000s. Let's see. Oh yeah, I know that with Futurama, their Couch gag is when they show a public domain cartoon in their intro. Although, on one rare occasion, they show a cartoon that isn't in the public domain, namely one of the Tracy Ullman Simpson sorts. And let's see. And yeah, I remember one of the shorts that... Oh wait, no, yeah, you also mentioned that Baby Ball Neck. Yeah, it's not in the public domain, but they showed it anyway. I remember one short they showed was Pigs in a Polka, which is First Freeland's adaptation of The Three Little Pigs, set to one of the classical music tunes. Yeah, Arthur Davis is also underrated. I love, probably my favorite short that he did is Do Re Mi Ow, which is basically about a bird who wants a dumb cat to be dead just so he could get the inheritance money. I said this to myself that you could have that be rewritten as a Ren and Stimpy episode with Ren in the role of Willie the bird and Stimpy obviously as Heathcliff the cat, and, you know, not much differences. Oh, as for what's playing in the background, it's Looney Tunes Going Collection Volume 6, because it is Easter. Right now it's the Daffy Duck Easter special that's playing. Yeah, Eric Bells, he is an excellent Looney Tunes voice actor. I first heard him in the franchise as Marvin the Martian in the Looney Tunes show, and he still does excellent as him, and he does a great Bugs and Daffy. And his Porky, he voiced him in The Day the Earth Blew Up. I don't think he voiced him anywhere in the Looney Tunes cartoon series on HBO Max. That was still Bob Bergen, who was Porky's most consistent voice actor since Mel Blanc's passing. I hear Eric Bauza's Porky was a bit reminiscent of his Bugs voice, but I still think he was good. Let's see. Oh, it's okay if you don't like Ren Stimpy anymore, Inky. Oh, I've always knew that you were a Popeye fan, though. Yes, I do remember when Space Jam 1 introduced the furry awakening known as Lola Bunny. And I rewatched Looney Tunes A New Legacy just recently, and I like their efforts to make Lola more than just eye candy for furries, but I don't know, still wasn't doing it for me. And I'm the biggest fan of Zendaya as a voice actress. Right, it's still been Cap Sushi though. Oh, Pizza Reba, yes! I remember that, The Best Bro, from the Looney Tunes show. Yeah, that show had some excellent musical numbers. The first one being Elmer Fudd and his grilled cheese, and probably the greatest one is Daffy Duck, the Wizard. Oh, let's see. And yes, I love both eras of Ren and Stimpy, but the Spunko era is easily the best, with Stimpy's invention, of course. Let's see here. It's okay, Norbert. I know that you're probably busy right now, but yeah, it's nice that you made it for this far into the stream. But yeah, you guys are asking me some great questions, leaving some great comments about Looney Tunes, and I'll continue to read them as I get into the first thing I want to do with this stream, which is to recap on some recent news that happened regarding the Looney Tunes franchise. And let me pull up. Yes, the day the Earth blew up. Raise your hand if you saw that movie. Again, no spoilers, because I haven't seen it yet, and sure, a lot of other people haven't seen it yet either. But I know that it is overwhelmingly positive within the animation circles. And I talked about the teaser trailer, or rather a sneak peek clip with Daffy and Porky preparing for the house inspection. I did that last summer, and I really enjoyed talking about it, going into details on how good the animation is. Okay, so you saw it, A-Guy. That's nice. And Norbert saw it too. That's nice. Yeah, it was fun reviewing the animation in just that single clip, and it's nice that I got positive feedback from the two animators that I highlighted in that video. Yes, hoping that soon I will get to experience the full the day the Earth blew up experience. So yeah, it's been doing pretty well. Well, at least for its budget. It's not a huge blockbuster, but it did become a flat-out bomb. You got to correct me if I'm wrong, but the word of mouth really helped it out. No, I haven't seen the Minecraft movie yet, but I know Jack Black is in it. Let's see. Oh yes, of course, buy one get one free. That what a cartoon pilot that caused all that discourse. Yeah, that was a fun video to work on, or to talk about. That was a fun video to work on last summer, and I was able to see like another tweet bringing it up, but fortunately there isn't another like flame war regarding that short. But that is one of my favorite what a cartoon pilots. But yes, a huge congratulations is deserved for Ketchup Entertainment for saving this movie to begin with. And they also did the same for Coyote vs. ACME. Yes, with Coyote vs. ACME, I know there are some people in the Looney Tunes fandom who were not the biggest fans of Warner Bros.' decision to put it aside or shelve it. I should say, but Ketchup Entertainment, once again, is basically confirming that their favorite letter of the alphabet is W. Because, you know, this is another win for the Looney Tunes franchise, that Coyote vs. ACME, which was its fate was in danger since late 2023, and even Eric Bauza did an awesome speech. I don't want to get political, but release Coyote vs. ACME! Yes, and now Ketchup Entertainment is once again proving themselves to be absolutely based and buying the rights for Coyote versus ACME. Yes, great job, Ketchup Entertainment. And let's see here. See if there's anything else I'm missing. Oh yeah, that's right. Speaking of The Simpsons on the Tracy Ullman Show, it's their anniversary 2 today. And also for you, Norbert, it's the Nicktoon that you nicknamed yourself after, the Angry Beavers. It's its anniversary today too, I believe. And let's see what else here. Oh, oh yeah, some local remakes that you're doing, Carter. That's nice. Yes, I agree with you, Daniel, that Eric Bell's speech was amazing. Oh yeah, Bye Bye Bunny. To be honest, I wonder if they canceled it during production. Like, it's not like it was 90-something% done. Maybe they had some like animation work to be done with it. I can't remember how far that was in production for. But yeah, that was another Looney Tunes movie that was in danger. And I heard Eric Bauza singing as Bugs one time. It was beautiful. Yeah, Bye Bye Bunny was I think it's the first. It was going to be the first Looney Tunes movie to be a full-on musical. Obviously, Looney Tunes as a classic series of cartoons that was actually created to promote musical numbers, in Warner Bros.' library to begin with. Like, it didn't have a full-on, dedicated musical film in the veins of, I don't know, Cats Don't Dance, until with Bye Bye Bunny. Yeah, we'll love to see what that was like. Yes, Big Chungus. Of course, I loved Big Chungus before he was cool. I mean, I was a fan of the short Wabbit Trouble, before, like, the whole Big Chungus thing, became a meme. Like, I did like the gag with Bugs turning into Fat Elmer, but I only found it to be even more funnier after it became a whole Big Chungus meme. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, Norbert is confirming that it is the anniversary of the Angry Beavers. Yes, I hope Norbert and Daggett are having a great celebration. And that reminds me of how there was a cancelled episode of the Angry Beavers with a similar title to Bye Bye Bunny, which is Bye Bye Beavers, which, you know, was about the Beaver Brothers acknowledging that they are a TV show and that they're being cancelled. Oh wow, Dan Haskett, he worked on the Patrick Star Show. That's cool. Yeah, I absolutely love Dan Haskett's work. He's up there with Floyd Norman as one of the most underrated black animation veterans, and it's cool when I see his name in the credits when I least expect it. He has a long history with working on the Looney Tunes franchise. He worked on Looney Tunes cartoons, the HBO Max series, of course, and he directed his own short, which is called Daffy and Porky in the William Tell Overture, which you can find that on the 4th volume of the Looney Tunes Golden Collection. That was a cute short. Yeah, one thing I do love about the Patrick Star Show is how it hires some veteran animators who never worked on the main SpongeBob series. Yeah, including Billy and Mandy / Evil Concarne creator Maxwell Adams, and also one of his best storyboard artists, Brett Farron. The most beloved iconic cartoons need to be safe. Yes, the Looney Tunes franchise is like a cinnamon roll that needs to be protected, which reminds me. Another thing about Looney Tunes that was trending, if I can make this a little bigger, is the fact that the classic cartoons, all of them, were completely removed from HBO Max. By the way, I'm still calling it HBO Max. I think Max is too plain of a title. But regardless, yeah. I know this understandably upset a lot of fans. However, for me personally, I don't know if this is too much of a hot take, but it didn't upset me as much as a lot of other people did. And the main reason is because the franchise is very available, like, in physical media. For example, the Golden Collection, I have all 6 volumes of that. And another form of home media that Looney Tunes is released on is the Superstars DVD collection, which I definitely will build up, but no way in hell I'm getting the Sylvester and Tweety one, because all of the cartoons on that are just recycling from the Golden Collection. Like, seriously, there's so many great Sylvester and Tweety cartoons that weren't on DVD yet they just recycled a bunch from the various volumes of Golden Collection. Mostly the second volume, since that was the volume that had the most Sylvester and Tweety shorts on one disc. So yeah, and not to mention, there's the Blu-ray releases, the Platinum Collection, and more recently, the Collector's Choice, which is the most collector-satisfying release of home media for the franchise since the Platinum Collection, or the Gold Collection even, releasing a lot of shorts that have not been released on disc or home video at all. And yeah, I definitely want to get my hands on that. There's like a value pack for the Collector's Choice series where it has all the volumes at once. And now they're working on a new Blu-ray series. I forgot the name of it, but they're focusing on cartoons that were already released on DVD, but they haven't been released on Blu-ray. So yes, physical media is still something we need to support. Yeah, I heard that ever since the removal of the Looney Tunes content on HBO Max, they've been moving it to Tubi. Well, at least the American version of Tubi. The Collector's Vault, that's what it's called. Thank you. Oh, let's see. Yeah, it was Scooby-Doo's anniversary just last September, 55 years. The franchise is kind of a mixed bag for me, but whenever it could produce a good iteration, it is a great one, with my favorites being the recently turned 15 years old Mystery Incorporated and the quite underrated Scooby-Doo and Guess Who. And yes, I still want to talk about that voice actor episode. That's right, Maxwell Adams did work on Jellystone, and I watched the recent crossover finale with the Hanna-Barbera and Cartoon Network characters classing. It was really good. Naturally, I was especially happy to see Grim, Billy, Mandy, and Hector Concarne again. See, there's anything else that I'm missing. Although I haven't done a stream for Tom and Jerry's 85th anniversary, Michael. Mainly because I'm very casual with my liking for that franchise. Unfortunately, I haven't really grew up with the Tom and Jerry classic shorts the same way I did with Looney Tunes. Mostly because of accessibility. When it comes to Looney Tunes, I had the Bugs Bunny and Tweety Show to watch them, not to mention Teletoon regularly aired the compilation movies, and there's also the Roadrunner show, the Merry Melodies show starring Bugs Bunny and Friends, and the Porky Pig show. Like, a lot of those aired on Teletoon Retro, so yeah, very accessible, and plus, I enjoy watching whatever source I can find online, and, you know, getting the DVDs and so forth. But Tom and Jerry, I should get myself more involved with it, because Tom and Jerry, as well as the Tex Avery MGM shorts, they're just as crazy with their cartoon violence as even the Bob Krampus shorts for Warner Bros. Yes, Evil Concarne mentioned, yeah. My obsession with that show is dying down, but it's still like up there as one of my all-time favorite Cartoon Network shows or cartoons of all time in general. Yes, I know tomorrow is Easter, and I hope you guys have a good one. That's why I have bugs in the classic short, the Easter eggs, on the right side of the screen. Let's see. Oh, and one more news that I want to acknowledge is, yes, if you can see right here, this building it was built in the mid-50s, and this is the Warner Bros. Cartoons building in which they made iconic shorts like What's Opera Doc, Alabama Bunny, and So Biz Bugs, The Free Widow Bops, Nighty Night Bugs, Robin Hood Daffy, and did I mention Zoom and Board? And that's my second favorite Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner short after their first one, Fast and Furious. Yeah, I heard the news that they were going to demolish this building, but fortunately, actually I don't know the exact fate if it's still up as we speak, but there were some responses to this. You even see, if you look very closely, there's a drawing of bugs saying, "Not cool, Doc." Because yes, even though the building is not in service anymore, obviously, it's still a part of cartoon history. Like how, I'm pretty sure the old Hanna-Barbera building, like before they moved into Warner Bros. Animation's headquarters, I'm pretty sure that's still up, right? Let's see here. Yeah, it's not Termite Terrace. Like, the original Termite Terrace building, like when Leon Schlesinger was running the cartoons, up until 1944, I believe that building is still up. Let's see. Norbert saying that recently he watched the Looney Tunes short Compressed Hair, mostly because I mentioned it in my review of the Cat Scratch episode, Charge. And yeah, and all of the shorts where Bugs is with Wile E. Coyote, well, except for one of them, Wile E. does talk. and it was like that since his first pairing with Bugs, Operation Rabbit, which I remember in your response, Norbert, to my review of the Cat Scratch episode, you seem to got it mixed up for Operation Rabbit because you said you remember seeing compressed hair in one of the compilation movies, which I assume you're referring to the Bugs Bunny Roadrunner movie, but it was actually Operation Rabbit that was in that movie. They showed it, and then they showed a big compilation of Roadrunner clips. So yeah, that's probably my second favorite of the shorts where Bugs and Wily Coyote are together, especially with the ending with the giant magnet. But there is the short where it's Bugs in the role of the Roadrunner called Harebrained Hurry, where Wily is silent, as he usually is in the Roadrunner cartoons. It is a weird one. I hear some people say that it's basically just the wraparound segments of a Bugs Bunny show episode, which, yeah, that comparison is warranted. And remember, mud spelled backwards is dumb. Woody Woodpecker really fell off. Oh yeah, I remember watching the classic Woody Woodpecker shorts. I think I could just turn stuff out because I'm kind of done with talking about the main news headlines with the franchise. Yeah, I watched some of the classic Woody Woodpecker shorts, and my introduction to the character was actually through the late 90s cartoon, in which Billy West was the voice of him. I know Woody is very popular in Brazil, which is why he has 2 movies. One of them is a Netflix exclusive. Yeah, I know. Well, with physical media, it has gone pretty lazy. We used to have interactive menus, great special features, commentaries, and overall great experience. And yeah, lazy menus and no special features, lack of commentaries. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you, SpongeBoy. Speaking as someone who recently got Dexter's Laboratory on DVD completely, and yeah, it's just the usual thing that Warner Bros. Has been doing with their DVDs. Where it's very bare bones with the presentation. Although you can argue with that, there is a special feature, which is the Eagle Trip movie, which is the first time it got a whole media release since its VHS tape in 2000. But I said to myself before that this is where double standards kicks in which I kind of want for, you know how with the Ed and Eddie sets and the regular show sets where they just recycle the disc content from the earlier individual season releases, like, I want them to do that for Billy and Mandy if they ever release that on DVD completely, just so we can have some Evil Concarne episodes as bonus features, because, the season 1 set of Billy and Mandy is very out of print and rare to find. Okay, you take care of yourself, Random Deeper. Okay, see if there's any other comments that I am missing, and then we'll move on. Oh, right, Carter. What was your comment again? Please reiterate. Of course I can't respond to every single comment at once, just as much as you can. Despite this not being a drawn stream, though, in which I still have my attention to you guys. Like, more extra attention, I should say. See if there's anything else I meant. Oh, I just forgot about something. Oh, hang on, let me just read your comment for... No, it's not Hanna-Barbera, Dylan Dog. But you know what? This period of Looney Tunes, which were done by the Patty Freeling, I think, this Daffy Duck Easter special, it does have the quality of a Hanna-Barbera cartoon at the time. So I don't blame you. But yeah, let me read this comment here. Yeah, the only problem with the Billy and Mandy Season 1 set is that it's claiming it's complete, but it's technically incomplete since it doesn't contain every Grim and Evil segment of the unaired second season. It does have the Season 1 episodes from 2000 to 2001 to 2002. Yeah, that's right. I know there's a whole seasonal number discrepancy with Billy and Mandy as a standalone series, which I talked about in my Truth About Grimmett Evil 3-part documentary city. But yeah, I was going to mention something. It's related to movies that were almost cancelled but saved. It's not Looney Tunes related, but it's still related to somebody who's very heavily associated with Time Warner or Warner Brothers. It is Genndy Tartakovsky's movie Fixed, which is an R-rated dog-centric comedy. It's gonna be on Netflix this August, and I'm happy that it has been saved, and I look forward to seeing it. Like, the screenshots look very appealing. Like, very obviously Craig Kilman did the designs. He's been associated with Genndy since the making of Dexter's Lab, so I can't wait for August. And I know a friend of ours, Joanna Davidovich, did a little work on it, so I can't wait to spot her name in the credits and figure out which scenes he worked on once it comes out. Yes, Looney Tunes, it made my childhood too. I agree with you, Jazzman. Right, a Goofy movie turned 30 years old, and Jazzman, I was just watching your review of a Goofy movie. I have to finish it, but what I've seen so far, it's pretty good, man. Good job, Jazzman. Okay, so SpongeBob saying that the Jellystone crossover is the only episode that he has ever seen currently. Yeah, it is surprising that Squirrel Boy, Time Squad, and Robot Jones were acknowledged. Unfortunately, there's no Hi Puffy Yummy Yubi in it. Hang on. There we go. Oh, wait, no. Is that the real Bugs Bunny in the chat? Yeah, I'm joking. But yes, I know you're gonna be turning 85 years old, pal. Yes, you're welcome, Jazzman. And happy early 85th birthday to Bugs. Okay, everybody. Well, you guys are really coming in with the interesting comments. But yes, so we're gonna be watching some clips, and I'm gonna be providing some comments that are able to transition over to those clips. Started with talking about how Looney Tunes got its start. Now, as some of you may know, Looney Tunes and Merry Melodies, they started off as Warner Bros. Answers to the Disney cartoons like Mickey Mouse and Silly Symphonies, and their purpose was to promote the songs that are in the Warner Bros. Library. The series were created by Hugh Herman and Rudolph Eisen, who were former Disney animators who left to do their own studio, with Leon Schlesinger producing the cartoons before Herman and Eisen left their partnership with Schlesinger, so Schlesinger was able to build up his own studio around 1933. And the first Looney Tunes character happens to be Bosco, the Talk Inc. kid. They did a test animation with the character in 1929, but officially 95 years ago today was the first Looney Tunes cartoon, Sinking in the Bathtub, which I'm going to be playing a clip for you because I can't believe that it's in the public domain. I can't believe it was just recently I found out that Sinking in the Bathtub is in the public domain, like the very first Looney Tunes cartoon. And just gonna give you my opinion on it now. It's one of those shorts from the golden age of animation where the historical significance is more interesting than the content of the short itself. I do have respect for it, but at the same time, Looney Tunes as a series would get much better. Like, I say 1935 is when the franchise became actually...
Simeon bought a slice of pizza for you, DJ.
Whoa.
They said.
Okay, so we got ourselves some support from Norbert. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that support, man. Yes. Is it a simple donation or a commission? We'll have to wait and find out. But yes, thank you, Norbert, for your excellent support. Is Sinking in the Bathtub the inspiration of Steamboat Willie? Well, of course, Steamboat Willie came before Sinking in the Bathtub. Yes, thank you, Norbert, for the commission. No further details on the commission until it's done, but yes, once again, you are excellent with your support, Norbert. So yeah, Sinking in the Bathtub, it came out after Steamboat Willie. Remember that Looney Tunes in general was a response to the success of the Disney cartoons, and yeah, Bosco is about as complex of a character as Mickey, but even then Mickey was more rowdier in his 1920s days. And with Bosco, of course, he's not the most PC character of the Looney Tunes series, due to his design seemingly having some inspiration of a certain type of racially sensitive caricature, but he's abstract enough and still safe enough with his design for his cartoons to still air on Nickelodeon during the 80s, and even to be on the front cover of the 6th volume of the Looney Tunes Going Collection. Like, he has a whole disc dedicated to him, the 3rd disc to be exact, and also Buddy is there too. Like, obviously, I'll take Bosco over Buddy, honestly. Yeah, exactly. The Sports Boy is saying the same thing. Oh wow, Homestar Runners turned 25 years old. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I watched some cartoons of Homestar Runner around the time when I was doing the review for Kristen Frady's. Oh yeah, Sports Boy, it's mentioning that an animator for the France unit, I think the French unit for Disney, I think that's what you're talking about. Yeah, there's an animator there named Wolf Bloss, who will later work on The Fairly Odd Parents and Tough Puppy, and he directed on The Proud Family, Wilder and Prouder, and he's also the creator of the obscure Teletoon show Fred the Caveman. Yes, I remember Fred the Caveman, or at least I remember the intro to it and the style of the animation. By the way, obviously we're not talking about Fred Flintstone. This is a different cartoon about Caveman named Fred. Well, yeah, I think it's Lost Media though. I'm not sure. But yeah, thank you for reminding me about that show, Sponge Boy. Yes. Okay, so now we're gonna show you what I mean about how with Bosco, if you're not familiar with him, you'll see how like he's not the best Looney Tunes character. The franchise will get much better from there, but you know, still should be recognized for history. I'll let you guys be the judge. And there you have it. Yes, it's a cute sort, but yeah, Looney Tunes will get much better from there. And yeah, you point out a guy that Bosco is supposed to be black, and when Herman and Eisen took him over to MGM, they originally used his more abstract, simple design in the Looney Tunes cartoons, but then they make him more obviously black. And yeah, let's just say that his more abstract design from the black and white cartoons is more appealing, and again, it's safe enough to be more marketable to be on the front cover of that DVD set and to air on Nickelodeon. Let's see here. Oh, let's see. Carter say that there's an upcoming 5th installment of Rhythm Heaven coming 2026 when Strike 5 comes out. I'm not sure what Rhythm Heaven is, or Rhythm Heaven Groove I should say. You have to let me know if it's real or not. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I have seen Bernard's name in the direct-to-video Disney movie SpongeBob, including the I think he was in Bambi 2, for example. And we'll see. Who else did you mention here? Let's see. I think you mentioned Oscar. Yeah, Oscar Perez. Yeah, that's his name. Yeah, he also worked on Captain Flamingo, which yes, that show I'm still slowly getting myself into. And yeah, I remember Daffy's Rhapsody. Dylan Dog is saying probably public domain way too short in the background. Yes, it's the one where Elmer and Daffy are in a boxing ring. To duck or not to duck. I really like that one. Now, where was I here? Yeah, I remember Daffy's Rhapsody. It aired on Teletoon, and unfortunately, it's not very widely available. Like, I thought Pudding Tat. I think that is on home media, but not Daffy's Rhapsody as far as I can tell. I just remember seeing it on Teletoon, and I think it was officially uploaded to YouTube, but that upload was taken down. So, yeah, they should put it on a Blu-ray release or on DVD. Yeah, they did quite a few of those 3D sorts. Well, mostly with Coyote and Roadrunner, but has anybody seen Daffy in Wacky Land, the stop-motion short starring Daffy that is, as you might have guessed, a sequel to Porky and Wacky Land? Not as good, but still very interesting. Okay, so Daffy's Rhapsody is still on YouTube. That's good. So, as you saw there, Bosco was definitely better than Buddy for sure, but the Looney Tunes franchise will get much better from there, and it will hire like many great directors and animators. Like, I said before that with the debut of Porky Pig, that's when the series got really good. With I Haven't Got a Hat, still not an S-tier short per se, but a more entertaining sort of historical significance than even Sinking in the Bathtub, actually. Yeah, going back to that short, also the reason Honey was able to do that was because this short was pre-Hays Code. Yeah, exactly. That was back before there was more consideration of the type of content in classic film. That's why I know a notable example is with Betty Boop. Before she became a homemaker in her later shorts around the mid to late 30s, she was somebody who gave up the impression that she was pretty promiscuous. Let's see. Yes, SpongeBob said, at least it's a public domain short. WB could have told me the live stream if it was copyright one. Yeah, I know. I'm still thinking about the misconception about the Mad Doctor, the Mickey Mouse short, being in the public domain. Yes, taken down, not taken down, but I still understand what you mean, SpongeBob. Oh, River of Heaven is a Nintendo franchise. I see. Probably have to look more into that, Carter. But yes, I have some more classic Looney Tunes cartoon clips to show. Let's see. Is the one Bugs Bunny cartoon with the Bo public domain? You mean Boy for Bugs? No, it's not. But there are some really good ones starring Bugs that are in the public domain, including this one that I'm gonna show you, which you might be familiar with. It's a very popular one in the public domain circles. Like, I'm sure if you're familiar with those unauthorized VHS tapes with the off-model cover art of the characters, this short here, Fallen Hair, directed by Bob Clampett, is a very common staple. Oh, hey Kristen, what's up? Yes, let me see how far we end. Oh, we're almost an hour or two here. But yes, we've just been talking about Looney Tunes, answering some comments about our experience with the franchise, and recapping on some recent news and some classic clips, including Fallen Hair, which I'm going to show right now.
You know what it is, folks. It says here, a constant menace to pilots are the gremlins who wreck planes with their diabolical sabotage. Gremlins. Oh, murder. Gremlins. What a fairy tale. Little man. Oh, brother. What's all the hubbub?
These blockbuster bombs don't go off unless you hit them just right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hey, man. Let me take a whack at it. Hey, I bet that was... Say, do you think that... Hey, could that have been a... gremlin? It ain't Vandalville, Key! Did you hit the head one?
Which way did he go, George? Which way did he go?
That way.
Well, gee, thanks a lot, George. Thanks a lot.
What's the matter, Bunny Rabbit? Speak to me. Why don't you say something? I'm only 3.5 years old. I like him. He's silly.
know how it is with these haircuts.
Yes, and there we have it. That was Fallen Hair with, is it my favorite short starring Bugs that Bob Clampett directed? Let me see. I guess so. Well, I mean, no, I think I like The Big Snooze slightly more. But yes, we ran out of gas. Yes, as a similar cop-out that got Tex Avery fired when he released, when he was making the Hecklin' Hair, that got Tex Avery fired from Warner Bros. But it is for the best because it gave us some really good shorts that redefine what a typical anime cartoon is over at MGM. Yeah, and there was a lot of effort put into the animation there. And yeah, that's literally the entire cartoon besides the opening and closing titles being cut out. Yeah, like, well, except there, I don't know, I had to trim down a bit, but there was the parts that showed, like, a list of things, and then the answers are all censored. I forgot the context for that, but yeah, that was another part from the intro of the cartoon that I took out. Just want to go straight to that excellent Robert McKimson animation of Bugs reading the Gremlins book. Let's see, what's my favorite Popeye short? I haven't watched enough Popeye, but at least of the ones that are on the public domain set that I have, I don't know, I like the two, like, extra long shorts, the two reelers. There's the Alibaba one and the Aladdin one. Those were good. I haven't seen the Sinbad one though. I bet you would recommend I check out that one, Anki. Yes, a guy is doing a animation breakdown. And listen to Bob McKimson and Rod Scribner. We got Virgil Ross and Phil Monroe, and also we have Robert McKimson's brother Tom. Oh, and Bill Melendez, aka Snoopy, was an assistant animator. Yes, he did a lot of work for Clampett, and also for Arthur Davis while he was at Warner Bros. Inky's asking, what's my opinion on Teeny Ping? I'm not sure what that is. You have to describe to me what it is exactly. So Dillian Dog is telling me that the Sinbad Popeye short is peak. Oh, I see. SpongeBob is asking, do you have any favorite Canadian voice actors that you feel should be used more? I think more American cartoons, but ever since he moved to America, I think K. Crown should be used more. Like, even though he's done just as much American cartoons as Canadian ones, in recent years, ever since he moved to the US in the 2010s, I still don't think she's used enough. I really like her dorky charm. What was the last thing she was in voice acting wise? I think the last time I saw she was on Kif, you know, the Disney cartoon with the squirrel, Kif, voicing one of the characters. I don't know, I don't think I've seen that episode where she voiced that character. Kif is a good show though. No, I don't think I've seen the Sea Fairy's catchphrase. Witness the might of the seas. Oh yeah, again, I'll have to see that short, the Sinbad short. My favorite Looney Tunes character, honestly a toss-up between Bugs and Daffy. I mean, it's like choosing between Ernie and Bert. You can't really have one without the other. Even though, obviously, a lot of great Daffy shorts without Bugs, and a lot of great Bugs shorts without Daffy, obviously, but still, equally excellent characters. And continuing on with what we've just seen here, with the Looney Tunes franchise, it had some great shorts in the 30s, but the 40s is when it became pretty much consistently excellent. And I have another short that I am going to share with you, and I did mention it earlier, that is my favorite of the public domain shorts, aside from Porky Pig's Feet. And I think you guys know exactly what that is. And this one is really definitive of how Chuck Jones really grew as a director. He found his own identity that isn't just copying the Disney style. So yes, again, I think you know who exactly, or rather what exactly that short is.
Good old Crawford University.
Whoa, oh, hang on, sorry. Whoops, got the cartoons mixed up.
Pimento University. Pimento U. Good old P.U.
Pimento U, oh sweet P.U. Thy fragrant odor scents the air. A pox on Yale, poo poo Purdue. Pimento U, my college fair. Oh, sweet
Out and away the most popular fellows at, Out and away the most popular fellows at old P.U. are the three Dover boys. Tom, the fun-loving member of the trio. Dick, a serious lad of 18 summers, plus a winter in Florida, as related in the Dover boys in the Everglades. And Larry, the youngest of the three brothers. A gay outing at the park has been planned by the merry trio, and they're off to fetch their fiancée, dainty Dora Standpipe, at Miss Cheddar's Female Academy close by. With their usual punctuality, the boys arrive at the appointed hour of 3. And are soon on their frolicking way. Forced to pass a certain public house, a tavern of unsavory repute. Our young friends meet the distressing situation with their usual uncompromising moral fortitude. Little do they know that even now, within this very tavern, Dan Backslide, the former sneak of Roquefort Hall, coward, bully, cad, and thief, and arch enemy of the Dover boys, squanders his misspent life.
Hark! The Dover boys. Trap them. Double trap them. They are escorting Dora Standpipe. Dear rich Dora Standpipe, how I love her! Father's money. Confound those Dover boys! Oh, how I hate them! I hate Tom! I hate Dick! And I hate Larry! They drive me to drink! Confound them.
But let us draw the curtain on this sordid scene and turn to more pleasant surroundings, where we find our young friends engaged in a spirited game of hide, go, and seek.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55.
No! In here! No, up here!
No, over here.
Over here! In here!
No, in here.
No, in here! Over here!
Over here.
Up there! Over here! Over here!
In here.
In here! Over here!
Over here.
Over here!
510, 515, 500.
Over here! Over here!
Over here.
Whoops! Sorry.
Over here.
Over here! No! In here! The Dover boys. Then Dora must be alone and unprotected! A runabout. I'll steal it! No one will ever know!
predicament? Will no one come to her assistance? But hold on. What's this? It looks like an alert young scout. And that's just what it is. He'll not fail her, I'll venture.
Telegram for the Dover boys. Mrs. Tom, Dick, and Larry, Caraway with Tavern Upper Bottleneck, New York. Says, quote, help! Unquote. Signed Dora. 35 cents collect. Help, Tom! Help, Dick! Help, Larry!
Oh, Dora dear, sweet Dora dear, keep courage up and chin up high. The stalwart sons of OPU are here at hand to do or die. P.U., we're all for you. Yay, boo!
Unhand her, Dan backslide. Unhand her, Dan backslide. Unhand her, Dan backslide. Hey, we're getting in a rut. Stand up and fight, you coward bully cat and thief. Oh, you haven't been thrashed enough yet, eh?
And now it is time to say goodbye. Goodbye.
And yes, there you have it. You guys see why I took a lot of inspiration from that short and to make the Grover guys, right? And yes, like I mentioned in the chat, that swip up of Soul and Equip of the Grover guys at the beginning, that was deliberate. And you guys, I recommend you watch my documentary behind the scenes making of video about how I made the Grover, my short film, The Grover Guys. Yes, it's nice that you're a fan of my content, Rebecca. Yeah, let's see. And yeah, the backgrounds were indeed, they foreshadow the abstract designs of Maurice Noble. And I forgot who did the layout. I think it's John McGrew. I think that's the name of the man who did the layout designs for the Dover Boys. And also for the Aristocat, which was the first Hubie and Birdie short. Yes, give Bugs a big old carrot cake. That's nice of you, the best bro. So I have another classic Looney Tunes short to show you, which is one that I think is a good one to end on. Well, actually, I'm gonna show a couple more clips after this next classic cartoon, but I feel like it's a good one to show because, you know, it has quite a few characters in it. It has Bugs, it has Porky, it has Elmer, and it kinda has Daffy. There's some debate if that really is Daffy, but yeah, with what I'm saying here, you might figure out which short I'm talking about. Another A-list classic. You know, maybe a corny concerto I like slightly more than Fallen Hair when it comes to the Krampus shorts with Bugs. But, so yeah, a corny concerto it is.
Greetings, music lovers. First, we will hear a waltz, written by Johann Strauss. And as we hear the rhythmic strains of the haunting refrain, listen to the whip-wing rhythm of the woodwinds as it rolls around and around, and it comes out here. Wasn't that lovely? And now we will present the beautiful Bull Danube.
And there you have it, a corny concerto. Whether or not it really is better than Fantasia, that is up for debate. And I just remember about something. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna be showing like a couple more clips before we wrap up the stream, but there's something that I forgot to let you guys know. Yes, if you guys can still hear me, I have a commission special going on that is relevant to both Easter and the Looney Tunes' 95th anniversary, and that is gonna be ending on Easter Monday. So you have today, tomorrow, and on Monday to take advantage of this special offer. You know, it could be based on any Bugs Bunny cartoon you want, a classic one to be exact. It could be based on Long-Haired Hare, or What's Opera Doc, or Rapid Fire, or Rabbit of Seville, or So Biz Bugs. Any classic bug sort that you want. As well, at least the ones that aren't too politically incorrect, that is. But yes, and the link to my Coffee page should be in the description. And speaking of selling things, let's see. Oh yeah, that's right. That drawing of Bugs happens to be requested by Luke from my previous live stream to celebrate my 10,000 subscriber goal. And let's see. And yes, you'll see if I drew another Captain Flamingo character or not, SpongeBob. Just wait and see. And yes, speaking of selling things, I have something else to show you. You guys, I know a lot of you remember Space Jam, right? But how many of you remember the exact origins of Space Jam? Yeah, it was for Nike Air Jordan shoes. Yes, commercials for that. And I have one that features Bugs Bunny with Michael Jordan, also with Marvin the Martian and K9. So yes, you're gonna be watching that right now. It's a really funny one that includes a classic style of a Looney Tunes gag. See if you'll be able to spot which gag I'm referring to.
Across the universe, people are asking, what fiend would steal Air Jordans?
Oh, goody! More Air Jordans for me!
Alberto!
Isn't that lovely? Yeah!
Pebble Beach!
This is no way for a pamper superstar to travel.
What the shoes?
And they're all mine.
Give me those Air Jordans.
No, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, no, yes, no, yes, no. Take these or else. That makes me angry.
Discreetly.
Is this the end of our heroes? Will they splatter on the court below?
Mr. Network says no splattering.
Unsplattered Air and Hair Jordan. Things seem bleak for our heroes. Wait, a giant pencil with an equally giant eraser. I smell trouble. I smell popcorn.
Get
You got better popcorn?
Get it while it's hot.
You want it better?
Is there a doctor in the house?
I'm a doctor.
What's up, Doc?
It's bowling promotions.
With Bugs Bunny.
Our heroes have made the world safe for truth, justice.
And Mike's royalty tips from Nike.
That's all, folks.
That's my client's line. It says so in my deal.
Jeez, what a king.
And congratulations to Dylan Dog, and also your comment counts too, Inky. Yes, it's the famous switcheroo trick with Marvin and Bugs and Michael saying yes, no, then, the switch around, the classic duck season, rabbit season sort of quip. And SpongeBob, yes, you point out that Renegade Animation was responsible for that Air Jordan commercial, or Hair Jordan, I should say. Yes, of course that studio is founded by Daryl Van Sitters, who was a former Warner Brothers animator. In fact, he directed, I think he's the director of Box Office Bunny, which, when I posted my community tab post about Daffy's birthday, asking what your favorite cartoon with him is, quite a few of you answered with Box Office Bunny. And yeah, it's not a super well-known short, but it's not even the best of the 90s Warner Brothers cartoon shorts, but it has at least one memorable scene, which is Bugs, Daffy, and Elmer doing a moonwalk while their feet is stuck to bubblegum. That was animated by Greg Van Zo, and he did an excellent job. He is a very underrated animator. Let's see. Yeah, okay, I wasn't paying too much attention to who was voicing Bugs in that commercial. It could have been Greg Burson, or it could be Joe Lasky or Billy West. Greg's Bugs is the one I'm probably the least acquainted with, I've seen him in Casablanca, which I should rewatch. That's the parody of Casablanca, starring Bugs and a lot of other characters. But I remember Joe Lasky's Bugs, especially for Looney Tunes Back in Action, and Billy West, like I mentioned earlier in the stream. And Jeff Bergman, I love him as Bugs in the Looney Tunes show, for example, and also in Blooper Bunny, which is the best of the 90s Looney Tunes shorts. And it was made in 1991, but Warner Bros. Shelved it until 1997 when it aired on Cartoon Network. Okay, so it was Greg Burson who was the voice of Bugs in that commercial. Okay. Yeah, so Blooper Bunny aired in 1997 on Cartoon Network. I think it was for a Bugs Bunny marathon. Okay, take care, best bro. And Dylan Dog is asking, do I prefer Space Jam or Back in Action? I love both movies. Space Jam is slightly more enjoyable and nostalgic, but I'm also nostalgic for Back in Action, and I appreciate Joe Dante's efforts in making it more faithful to what a typical Looney Tunes cartoon is, especially the Chuck Jones one, because he made it as a response to how Space Jam didn't do the best job with portraying the characters, especially with the fact that Bugs is apparently incapable of defeating the Monstars in the basketball game, even though we see in First Freeling's Baseball Bugs, he could take care of an entire baseball team all by himself. I think that's something Chuck Jones pointed out. Yes, I definitely do remember Bosco. We played a clip of the first Looney Tunes cartoon with Bosco earlier. Again, not the most PC-looking character in the franchise, definitely not among the best, but he still deserves recognition for Warner Bros. Animation history's sake. And we got Chris Martin giving 2 thumbs up. Yes, thank you. Yes, I do remember Tiny Toon Adventures, Inky. I watched it about a couple of years ago on Prime. I should watch more of it. It is a good show. Not as good as Animaniacs, but I liked the first episode, The Looney Beginning. Yes, Chuck Jones hated Porky Wen himself. Yes, especially worse when you have in mind the fact that Porky doesn't wear pants. Okay, let's see if there's anything else that's in here. But I think I said goodbye to you already, best bro. But yes, take care. Yeah, I mentioned Cartoon Network. So who remembers this classic bumper?
Thanks to Chasers Anonymous, I'm the nicest wouldn't chase you if my life depended on an hombre who's ever crossed the Rio Grande.
I'm Elmer Fudd, and I'm a chaser.
Hi, Elmer.
Wabbits and ducks, wabbits and ducks. All I used to do was chase wabbits and ducks. But now I'm strong.
Oh, bourgeois! I'm Sylvester, and I am not obsessed with chasing, because chasing is just what cats do. So it's not a problem, just an instinct of a cat, which I am.
Me remember, long time ago. Forever.
Is this the all-you-can-eat buffet? Docs?
Stay strong, everybody. Stay strong.
Yes, that was the Chasers Anonymous clip, which you could tell they basically use, yeah, exactly, Spuds Boy. They use the Space Ghost Coast to Coast approach of recycling footage from the old cartoons while mixing it in with the new stuff. And I think it sticks, the new stuff versus the old stuff sticks out like a sore thumb, like just as much as what's done in Space Ghost Coast to Coast, especially with how Sam and Elmer and Taz look. With Sam, they use clips from his first cartoon, Hair Trigger. Oh, by the way, happy early 80th birthday to Yosemite Sam. It's gonna be Dismay. Birds Anonymous, the Squeakquel. Yes, that's a great joke. Yeah, Birds Anonymous is a great Sylvester and Tweety cartoon. It won, I don't know, I can't remember if I mentioned that when I was mentioning, that building in which some of the classic shorts were made, but yeah, that's another important one. It won Sylvester and Tweety their second Oscar together, and even Mel Blanc holds it in high regard. He thought it was one of his, or if not his best performance out of all of the cartoons he did. And yes, it's SpongeBob is pointing out, while these promos were unique due to them using new voice work for existing characters, yes, the footage themselves, the footage for the characters itself was entirely recycled from the shows themselves. Yes, exactly. And Abel's accent, what's my favorite Looney Tunes TV show? Let's see, my favorite show with the characters that's made for TV. Well, I'm not gonna count the anthology series that show the classic shorts like the Bugs Bunny Tweety show. Like, I'm not counting that. So, as far as original productions go, it's been a long time since I really watched it, but I do like the Looney Tunes show for being its own thing. I didn't expect it to be on par with the classic shorts. Like how I notice on Twitter people point out how it's mostly Zoomers who say that the Looney Tunes show is even better than the classic shorts, which I disagree with. But yeah, I love the Looney Tunes show for what it does as a sitcom, and Looney Tunes cartoons on HBO Max I especially love for their efforts to be the most honest attempt of recapturing the classic spirit of the Golden Age shorts, the most honest attempt since at least the 90s, back when they had stuff like Blooper Bunny, like I talked about earlier. Oh, the Kids WB promos you're referring to, SpongeBob. Okay, thanks for the clarification. See, there's anything else that I'm missing. So yeah, I think I have like one more quip that I want to show, and then I'm gonna be wrapping up the stream.
Daffy and 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 Bugs.
Yes, that should be a good quip to end things on, right? So, oh, hang on, there's more comments I want to read. Yeah, even when Looney Tunes moved to the now defunct Teletoon Retro, they still use the older prints from the ABC days. Yes, I fondly remember watching the Bugs Bunny and Tweety show on Teletoon and Teletoon Retro, where the picture quality is pretty low, to say the least, and they also censor some of the scenes. Although Teletoon also aired the Merry Melody show and the Rover show by also using older faded prints. Yeah, exactly. The Merry Melody show that I do like is the one from the 90s that featured a mix of Looney Tunes characters, including Bugs, and has that beautifully animated opening with Bugs and Daffy. But then there's the one from the 70s that focuses heavily on the Speedy and Daffy cartoons, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I usually just skip those. But what was it I was going to say there? And yeah, that clip I show with the Bugs and Daffy intro from Cartoon Network seems to be a good note to end the stream on. And again, they're pretty much rivaling who's my favorite Looney Tunes character of all time. They're really like a tie between those two. Yes, thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in to this Looney Tunes celebration stream. I had a great time chatting with you guys about this excellent cartoon franchise. And I also hope that you guys have a happy Easter if you celebrate it, that is. And have a nice, safe rest of your weekend. And let me know if you're gonna be watching some more Looney Tunes shorts in the background, like after the stream, I mean. Yes, well, as the pig says, that's all, folks. And remember to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And have a good night, everybody.
Well, folks, how did you like my picture?